Hello, everyone. This is Coach Sarah Frenza here. Okay, so I am doing something, interviewing a very, very special person today. If you've been following me for the past, month or so, you could probably notice that I've been showing you a lot of behind the scene clips of me dancing. And hang on, I'm gonna just invite my special guest. So let's just see here. Oops. My tripod is not wanting to work well for me. Hi, Casey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Tell her.
Okay, awesome. I'm just filling everyone in on what we're doing tonight.
Okay.
So a lot of you may have seen that I have been practicing dancing, and I've been promoting this amazing event that I'm doing in November. It's called Dancing with the Stars. And I also, this fundraiser is for Easter seals. And what they do is they raise money for children with physical disabilities. And I actually attended this event last year, and I really loved the cause and everything about it. And I volunteered to be one of the dancers this year. And so last week we had our meet and greet, and I got to meet Casey, who's joining me here today. And I asked Casey, I'm like, hey, would you mind coming on a live with me? Because I truly think you're an amazing person, and I really loved your story. And I think so many more people need to hear your story, meet you, because I think you're an amazing person. And so I asked Casey, can you come on a live with me and, share your incredible story, share how Easter Seals has helped you. So thank you, Casey, for coming to join me on this. I know this is your first time doing a live, and you got on here quickly.
Yes, surprisingly, but I'm excited to be here. Thank you for participating in this event, and thank you for raising money for this great cause.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so why don't you, hang on, I'm just going to put my volume up here. Can you introduce everyone and tell everybody a little bit about your story?
Yes, so I'm Casey, as Sarah mentioned. I'm 29 years old, and I live with cerebral palsy. And my first memory of being involved with the Easter Seal is actually them supplying me with incontinence supplies such as diapers at a young age, but I really don't remember that. My
Yeah.
first my first memory is getting my Busy Bee walker, which allowed me to start kindergarten in
Oh,
elementary school, and I also started with the leaf skate uh, for Easter Seals, which I participated in for 25 years. And I
what's
got
that? What's the leap skate? What's that all about?
So you raise money, and it still goes on every year, but you raise money for Easter Seals, and you get to spend an hour skating around with the Leafs, who I consider my hockey heroes, all while I raise money for a great cause,
Yeah.
uh, Easter Seals, and I did that. I started that in the year 2000. So those are my earliest memories with Easter Seals, and the biggest thing they provided me with is the opportunity to attend summer camp, which I know you're gonna ask me about camp in a bit, so I'll get into that a bit later. But that's my earliest memories of being involved with Easter Seals. Camp was a bit later, but the skate was really my first exposure to them, and then being the provincial ambassador for them in 2009.
Yeah. Okay. So you've been really involved with them since you were a baby, pretty much. How old were you? Like when you first?
I think I was around like before I was 4, definitely with the incontinence supplies. But my first walker was around the age of 4, and that's when I first participated in the skate as well.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. So for people who don't know, what kind of support, you already said what Easter Seals does, but I guess they provide supplies like walkers, power chairs, the incontinence program, and then also this amazing camp. What else do they do that you're aware of?
the two main things are the equipment and camp. Uh, I'm lucky because I just use a walker to get around and for my independence. But some of my friends require power chairs, lifts to get into the house, van lifts, special commodes or toilets that they need to use to go to the bathroom. And this
Hmm.
type of equipment, especially power chairs, can cost $35,000, which could
Wow.
be the price of a car. So
Wow.
imagine a family having to make the decision between buying a car or a power chair for their child. And this is stuff that most people in normal situations don't have to think about. But
Yeah.
families with people with kids with special needs, they need to think about this stuff. And it's important to note that this equipment is not one size fits all.
Yeah.
It needs to be replaced and repaired as kids grow. So it's not a one-time purchase that's keeping on.
Multiple. So like these are multiple purchase sometimes for some families because like you said, they're 4 years old, then they're 8, then they're 10, and they're growing. So they need equipment to grow with them.
Yes.
So this was gonna, obviously this is really important to families to have the support from Easter Seals to help with helping covering the cost of, expensive equipment like this so that, they don't have to make these decisions between having a car or having an equipment for their children. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that you brought that up because I've talked a lot about Easter seals and the camps that the kids go to, but
Yeah.
I think it's really important to understand how they help in other ways. And actually, as I've been telling people that, hey, I'm doing this fundraiser for Easter seals, a lot of them know Easter seals for the incontinence program as well too.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law, she works with children with autism, and so she often tells me that Easter Seals helps a lot of those children that she works with as well too.
Yeah.
So, so they help with equipment, which is amazing. I've been to one of the Easter Seals camps myself. I think it was August the 13th. So about 3 weeks ago, I went to visit a camp. I really wanted to go see the camp because I wanted to understand what the Easter Seals was all about. I wanted to meet the special children that I'm trying to raise funds for. What was it like for you the first time that you went to eat? How old were you first of all, and how was it like the first time you went to that camp?
I was in grade 5. I don't remember how like the age that I was, but I remember being in grade 5.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect because it was my first time being away from home. But I ended up leaving there crying because I didn't want to come home.
Oh.
I have never been to a place that's accessible for every type of disability. People
Yeah.
are just like me. It's a place where no one stares. We can just be ourselves because I've been out in public so many times and I get stared at for the way that I walk. But at camp, we're all the same. Nobody judges you. Nobody stares at you. We're all in the same boat. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
we can all just share our lived experiences and be like everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, it also gives us an opportunity to learn new skills and uh, learn new life lessons. And because of that, I was a camper for 15 years and a cabin counselor for 2 years. And from those experiences, I now live on my own, which is
I
something that
know.
I never thought possible.
Because
And
of
that,
the experiences that you had at the Easter Seals camps. Now, you talked about like it obviously was an incredible place. When I went there, a lot of the kids were describing, and even I think it's the president of Easter Seals said that this place is like Disney World for these kids. What kind of activities did you get to do at camp that you might not have been able to do elsewhere besides feeling really included when you went there and feeling like it was a second home to you perhaps because all the friendships and the people supporting you? What kind of things did you get to do there?
yeah, so at camp, I'll tell you at at Camp Wood Eden, our biggest activity that campers love there is the high ropes course.
Yes,
I
tell them about that.
So we have a 40-foot ropes course where campers describe it as the only way they can independently walk because of all the specially equipped wheelchairs that camp has up on the course, just just so people can independently get around, and they have the support of counselors to help them get around independently, and they're held up by special restraints and belts and stuff like that that they can independently walk. I've tried it a couple times, but I'm petrified of heights.
So am I.
I, I didn't do that very often, and there was also a 70-foot giant swing that campers love. One thing I did get to try at Camp Marywood that I never thought I'd be able to without camp was actually whitewater rafting.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
it's a long day because you start at like 6 in the morning
Yeah.
and, and have breakfast. It's like an hour and a half drive from the camp to the rafting facility, and you're home at 6 o'clock in the evening. So it's a very tiring day, but it's a very fun day, and that's an activity that without camp I would never be able. You don't think of it as being accessible, but they
Yeah.
make it accessible just for Easter Seals campers. So that's an experience that I never would have been able to have without Easter Seals Camp. And it's amazing that they provide one-to-one support for an activity like that because uh, even for someone that's as independent as I am, counselors still need to have eyes on you because it's so thrilling and so um, uh, it's adrenaline rushing really, but it's such a fun experience that I'm so happy that camp offers,
Yeah.
because it's something that I would never get to experience otherwise.
Would you say that that was your favorite memory from Easter Seals camps, or what would you say is or is that one of your favorite memories?
That's one of them. I also remember one year at the banquet, uh, thinking that I was wearing my shorts, but
Yeah.
they ended up being my boxer shorts because no one had the heart to tell me I was in my boxer shorts. So I wore that to the fancy dinner we have at the end of every session, and and to the dance, and then I wore them home the next day.
No one told you?
No one told me. I had no idea. But that's the kind of stuff that can happen at camp because everyone's the same. You're not being judged for the way you look or the way you act. So
Yeah,
that's
I actually remember you telling that story last week when we were at the meet and greet. And what really stood out to me about that story is that you don't often get the opportunity to go to banquets like that where you get to dress up and the girls get to do their hair and wear a fancy dress. And it sounded like that was like a very special moment. Like, was it an exciting time to be able to go to that banquet every year when you went?
Yes, it's sad because it's your last night and you're sad to leave, and it's sort of like you all get together for a big farewell. But it's also commemorating what a special session it had been with all the counselors. I think another thing people need to understand is a lot of the counselors that work at Easter Seals Camp are coming from other countries because a lot of them don't have organizations in their own countries like Easter Seals. So
Yeah.
it's a very good exposure for them to come and see what this
Okay, I
organization.
was wondering that because when I was there, I noticed that a lot of the camp counselors that are there or the people helping the staff were from like Germany and Australia and Ireland, and I didn't understand why. I guess it's because they don't have, this is like an experience for them to come in and experience something like this that they don't have in their own countries.
Yes, and a lot of them are in school, so this is like a placement for them, and then they go and report when they go back, like what experience they've just had in their summer, and it's exposure for other countries as well. That this is what services are offered in other countries. So it's great word of mouth for people all over, actually. And I always say to people, I can talk for 2 hours about camp, but until you actually go there, you have no idea what I you need to visually see it with your own eyes, and it's life changing. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, I got to go as a visitor for the day, but I could just tell that the kids there were so happy, and they all talked about the high ropes. The one girl talked about her experience. What I think you'll know who I'm talking about. The girl who put a pool noodle
Yeah,
underneath her. What was her name again?
Chloe.
Chloe, yes, that's right. And so she put a pool noodle underneath her, when she got to go into the pool and she got to walk for the first time. The kids seemed so happy. I met a girl, she was telling me about camping and how she got to like camp outdoors for the first time ever. It really seemed like an awesome, really special place. So when I left that day, I was so proud to be supporting Easter Seals because I got to see the work that they do, the help that they give to these not only the children but also the families as well too.
Yes.
And also, what I did notice is that the staff that stay there, they actually live there all summer long. I didn't realize that. They told me
Yeah.
that they live there. And, all the kids had one on one support that I could see. They all had one on one support with like a staff there, plus all the additional staff members that were there. It takes a lot of support, to help a kid go to camp for 1 week. But the experience that they get out of it is, I think, it's truly life changing. But how would you describe the camp experience, to someone who's never been? Like, what would you say to that?
I would say, like you mentioned earlier, for a lot of kids, this is their Disney World or Disneyland. It is truly the happiest place on earth where they can just be themselves. And once you see where your money goes, then I truly believe that you get it and you understand how you're helping.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And that's why I was really proud that day to see, okay, this is where, all the fundraising money is going to go, where my money is going to go as well, too. How would you say that Easter Seals programs shape who you are today? Because you said now you live independently, but how do you think it's really helped you get you to where you are today?
Yes, I think being the ambassador in 2009 and public speaking, like you saw me do that last week, I go to a
Yeah,
lot of events and do that same thing several times a year. And I think just by doing that and the people that I've met that have now become my friends, the
yeah,
lot of events that I attend, just having those experiences really helped me live on my own and going to camp and building those life skills and meeting friends that are like me. That's and the confidence and self-esteem that it's given me have really helped me get where I am today. Graduating high school and college with honors. I graduated
wow.
television broadcasting with honors from Humber College in 2019, and now I live on my own. And without the support of Easter Seals and the experiences that they've given me, stuff like that wouldn't ever be possible. So I'm forever grateful to them.
Yeah, well, they gave you a community that believed in you. They gave
Yeah.
you experiences to help you grow and develop. And like, look at what you're doing today. So what did you go to school for? For broadcasting?
Yeah, television broadcasting.
Oh, wow. Amazing. That's why you're so good at this. That's why
Yeah.
you're so good at this. Amazing.
Yeah.
So, and so I guess that's how they've helped you live independently today. Cause you said you've been living now 5 years independently.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. I know when you told me that, I was really proud of you to hear that.
And it's amazing to know that there's places out there that that allow people to live on their own. And again, it's through organizations like Easter Seals that help me do that.
Yeah. So, why do you think like the dancing with the Easter Seal stars is so important? Like, why do you think fundraisers like this is so important?
I think by participating in this event, like people like you and the donors and the spectators that come out to watch, none of what Easter Seals provides would be possible without any of those people. And
Hmm.
it's like Dance with the Stars that help Easter Seals still provide equipment and camp experiences. And it's just a fun night out for a really good cause, and to be able to go and cheer for your favorite dancer and just have a fun night is what it's all about, while supporting a great cause and helping my Easter Seals friends have the same successes and experiences that I've had over the years.
Yeah, and it really would not be possible with like fundraisers like this. So for those of you, I was kind of telling everybody a little bit about this, but the event is basically, you get, I think there's 6 of us that is competing. And I mean, it's not really a competition. It's a lot of fun, right? So all 6 of us, we get partnered up with a professional dancer, and we've been just like practicing to learn how to dance. I'm with Vincent, and so once a week we get together. He's teaching me how to dance. And this is part of the fundraiser, is that you buy a ticket to the event. You get to watch all of us compete. And then you have judges, which you were a judge last year, and you're going to be a judge this year, right?
Yes, yes, it's so fun to be able to participate in that part of the event, and it's just fun to watch everyone dance, and I even get in on the action. I can't sit still in my seat. I'm always bopping to the music, and
Yeah.
it's a fun night
How do you
out.
pick the winners? That must be so hard for you.
It is, but I love it every year, and it's
How many
just
years have you judged now, Casey?
I think like probably 3 to 5 years, somewhere around there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I do remember you being a judge last year when I attended the event.
Yes.
So it's super, super fun. And I know I already have, a lot of my family and friends coming. I have a lot of my clients coming. The event is on Friday, November the 14th, and it is at Carmen's Banquet Hall in Hamilton. If you want to get a ticket and come, watch all of us perform. It's $150 a ticket to attend. You do get a 4-course meal, open bar. You get to watch us compete, and then there's also a dancing component to it afterwards. So all the attendees there's a DJ and things like that. It's a really, really fun night. So you can support our cause by coming there. You can also support the Easter Seals by donating. And so I'll put the link in my bio for all of you who want to donate and to this really, really amazing cause. If you could leave the audience with one message about Easter Seals and how they help kids with physical disabilities, what would that message be, Casey?
I would say whether you're sponsoring a dancer like Sarah or attending the event, thank you in advance. I don't think you realize how many kids you'll be helping get around, go to camp, but best of all succeed and have the same experiences and successes that I've had, hopefully. So thank you in advance for supporting Easter Seal, and just get ready for a fun night on November 14th. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really fun. And I am working hard so that I can give you guys a good performance. So I am volunteering my time, dancing, putting in a hard work. But please come out and support us if you can. And if you can't, you'd like to donate, I'll put the link in there as well, too. Every $20 is a vote for me as the People's Choice Award. But most importantly, it helps all of these amazing kids so that they can have a wonderful life, just like you have, Casey, been able to do all of these amazing things with the support of Easter Seals. And none of this really would have been possible, the opportunities that you've had, without them. So I'm really, really hopeful that all of you would come and support us. And for all of you that are coming live or coming attending that day, I can't wait to see all of you in person. Thank you so much, Casey, for taking the time
You're
to come
welcome.
on here tonight.
Thank you again for participating in this event. I look forward to seeing you on the 14th of November.
Yes, with my dancing shoes on.
Yes.
Okay, bye for now. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Bye, Casey.
Bye.